palms to face down on your thighs. Good. Take a deep breath in. And a big exhale. We're just landing. So tonight's practice, our last live class together, I will send you a recording in a week. But our last live class together really focuses on your heart energy line. So this is about reconnecting to connecting, to connection, to relationships, to love, to excitement, to finding that fire inside of you. And I liken it to like the hottest, big, most beautiful summer day where everybody you pass by is smiling and laughing, to finding that in you on the mat and then taking it with you as you move through your evening or maybe your week. So as you move through this practice, of course, if you feel pain anywhere, slow down, opt out. It's a Vinyasa Flow practice. It's a little more intense. There's a lot of movement, especially in the first 20 to 30 minutes tonight. So listen to your body and take breaks when you need to. Close your eyes with your palms down on your thighs. And find that breath again. Take a big breath in, fill your body with air. Open your mouth wide and exhale. This time as you breathe in, imagine you could reach up through the crown of your head while rooting down through your sit bones. And as you breathe out, soften. Again, inhale, reach up, ground down, but also open left to right. Exhale, soften. Try that again. You're expanding in all four directions on the inhale, up, down, left, and right. And as you exhale, you soften. As you continue to breathe like this, it might help to visualize a balloon tucked right under your rib cage where your diaphragm breathing muscle lives. And as you inhale, that balloon is being blown up, so pushing your body out in all four directions. And as you exhale, that balloon is deflating. Everything starts to soften. Keep breathing these really big, full, airy breaths. And without even knowing it, just by focusing and concentrating on your breath, you're starting to let go of whatever it is might be distracting you, whatever it is you have to do, whatever deadlines you may have, feelings you might feel. And you get to just be present. Can you continue breathing just like this, 1 minute on your own? Gently bring your hands together in heart center. And ask yourself, what excites me the most? What excites me the most? Catch a few things that first came into your mind's eye before the thinking and analyzing part of you jumped in. And place those into an intention. If it was dancing that excites you the most, your intention is, I will find time and space to dance. What excites me the most? Capture that intention. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Listen or sing the sound Om 3 times. Inhale. Brilliant. Lower your hands down into your lap. Open your eyes. Right away, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Look towards your fingers. Exhale, lower your hands down through your heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach your arms up. Notice how your arms, your shoulders, your head, your neck feel. Exhale, lower your hands down. 1 more time like that. Inhale, stretch both arms up. Lift up, look up. And exhale, lower your hands down through your heart. Take either hand, place it on the floor beside you, ground through that palm, and the opposite arm will now stretch up overhead. Push down through both hips, stretch through the opposite arm, lower even deeper, maybe to your elbow. You could look up or down. Don't overstretch here. Take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper, and then inhale. Use your core to pull you up. Both arms will follow. And lower the opposite hand down to the ground. Stretch into that big lateral bend. Inhale here. You could look up or down. Exhale, sink into the stretch while still grounding both hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, pull everything back up through center. Exhale, lower your hands to your heart. Go ahead, take your hands forward. Come down onto all fours. I love cat-cow so much. I don't think I've ever taught a yoga class without it. I hope you love it as much as I do. With your joints stacked, so that means your shoulders are above your wrists, your hips above your knees. Take a big breath in. Dump your belly button towards the floor. Lift your tailbone as you loop your shoulders back. Lift your heart, your chest, and your gaze. And now on the exhale, start with your tailbone. Draw your tailbone down. Round into your upper back. And that scary Halloween cat. Lift to your belly. Inhale, unwind, unravel, and come back through cow pose, lifting your gaze. Close your eyes, move really fluidly through this action, just for a few more moments here. And if there's some little adjustments that feel nice, maybe you start to shift your body weight around in cat-cow circles, that's cool. Do whatever feels good in your body. This might be your only movement practice all week. Gradually return your body back through a neutral spine. Flex your feet. Flex your feet. Good. Turn your hands around by any amount. Now they might only go a little bit. They might flip all the way around. And with your feet flexed and your palms flipped, can you roll your hips back towards your heels? You're stretching out your wrists here. So my fingertips are facing my body, but if they face the long edge of your mat, that's okay. It might feel nice just to shift from side to side. Any flow practice requires a lot of wrist work. And in this world where many of us are working from home and meetings are on Zoom calls, we're literally always on our computers, this kind of wrist work can be really beneficial off the mat too. Keep your feet flexed, release your hands, sit back on your heels. Sit back on your heels, take your hands into fists, bend your fists forward. So this is called begging dog, and then rock your fists from side to side, maybe creating full circles. This will start to exercise the fascia in the soles of your feet, which if you were wearing high-heeled shoes a lot, could tend to become very tender. My husband went to check out his office in the pack last week, and he said there were lots of ladies' shoes, high heels under the desks. It was very, very sad. Shake out those wrists, but maybe people's feet don't hurt as much anymore. Maybe we all are just barefoot yogis at home all day. Shake your wrist, shake your wrist, shake your wrist, and then place your hands down onto the floor. Good. Spread your fingers wide. Puff up your belly. So lift your belly button up and towards your spine. So instead of having that deep round or deep extension in your spine, it's quite neutral. Flex your feet and now lift your knees. Lift your knees just a few inches from the floor. This becomes hard work. Could you draw your tailbone down? Lift your heart, look forward, breathe for 5, 4, your knees are hovering just a few inches, 2, and then on 1, push the floor away like you're mad at it, lift your hips high. A delicious and delightful downward facing dog awaits you. When you get here, shift and weave and rock and move, do whatever you want in your downward facing dog so that it feels good. You might shake your head yes or no, bend one knee and then the other. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth wide, exhale. Bend through both knees, look forward, hop or step forward. With your feet hip distance apart, inhale, press your hands into your legs, lengthen your spine halfway. You could carry a tray of food on your spine, it's so long and strong. And then lower back down, bend your knees, let your head hang heavy, and take your hands to the back of your head. Interlace your hands at the back of your head and just rock your torso side to side. Your knees can be super duper bent here. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Lower your fingers to the floor, tuck your chin into your chest. Start to unravel. You're coming back up to stand. If you feel a bit dizzy, take it even slower. Close your eyes. We'll hold mountain pose for 5 breaths. If you haven't turned on any music, this is a nice class to practice with a playlist. You can use the one I sent you or literally anything you like to listen to. Either press play on your playlist or take 5 breaths here. Surya Namaskar, A. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Sun salutation, A. Look up. Exhale, bend at your knees. Fold forward. Place your fingers towards the earth. Inhale, loop your shoulder blades back as you lengthen out through your spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back into a high plank pose. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, push yourself forward onto your tips of your toes and then bend your elbows lower all the way to your stomach. Walk your hands back 1 footprint. Turn the tops of your feet into the floor. Push through all 10 toes and all 10 fingers. Loop your shoulder blades back. Draw your elbows together. Lift up. And when you get up into your baby cobra, drag your hands back in space. Notice what that feels like. Lower back down to the floor. Flex your feet. Engage your core, push through your hands and your knees. So now you're up halfway in this modified plank variation. Then sink your hips back through into downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose for 1. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next breath in, look forward, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Lengthen through your spine before you fall right back down to the floor. Ground through your feet. Inhale, sweep both arms up overhead. Lift up, look up. Take a gentle back bend here. Exhale your hands through your heart center. Good. Lower your hands alongside your body. The heat is building. Inhale, stretch your arms back up overhead. Take that micro back bend. Exhale, waterfall your torso and your hands forward. Inhale, lift your heart halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to high plank. Hold here, take a breath in. Good. Exhale. On the inhale, roll forward. So it's like you're peeking over the edge of a pond or the edge of a dock. The crown of your head reaches forward. Then bend your elbows and lower all the way onto your tummy. Step your hands back again. One footprint. Turn the tops of your feet onto the floor. Really push down for all 10 toe nails. Loop your shoulder blades back. Draw your elbows together. Push your hands back. Lift up by any amount. Good. Lower right back down. Engage your core. Reflex your feet. Lift up into that modified plank. Roll back downward facing dog. Inhale for 4. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees, hop or step forward to lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground through both feet. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale your hands through your heart center. Mountain pose. Again, inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank pose. This time on the exhale, lower right down to the ground. Take your fingers outside your yoga mat. Come onto the tips of your fingers like little muffin tops. Press through 10 fingers and the tips of your toes. Inhale, lift up. Could you look up? Exhale, lower down. Inhale, look over one shoulder as you lift up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, look over the opposite shoulder. Exhale to lower. Plant your palms beside your torso. Push through your hands and through your knees. Lift up and back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, hop or step forward, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, stretch all the way up, arms reaching to the sky, then behind you. And as you exhale, fold right back down to the ground. So keep moving this time. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back through plank pose, lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, hop or step forward. Lift halfway. We're moving faster. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach your arms right up to the sky. Last one like this. Exhale, lower back down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank pose, either lower all the way or go just halfway. Turn onto the tops of your toes. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you get there, it's just one breath in, one big breath out. You might sigh. Bend into your knees, hop or step forward. Lengthen on your inhale, lower on your exhale. Inhale, stretch your arms, your heart, your head up. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. 5 breaths. Take your feet hip distance apart. Step your feet hip distance apart. Lift up all 10 toes. Spread them nice and wide and then pierce each of those toes back down into the floor. Bend into both knees. Draw your tailbone down so your back is neutral and take your arms directly out in front. Your palms face one another. Good. Engage through your core. You'll feel the muscles of your legs firing up. Sink your hips 2 inches deeper. If it feels okay on your shoulder joints, inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Let it all go. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back into plank pose. From this point on, you choose what your vinyasa looks like. There will be a lot of them. You could come all the way to your belly and take baby cobra, or go halfway and then peel up into upward dog. In upward dog, your thighs are lifted, your knees are lifted, your heart is lifted. Either way, engage your core to push back up into downward dog. Look forward. Go ahead and step your right foot forward and stay on the ball of your left foot. Stay on the ball of your left foot. Before you move, scissor your right hip back and then inhale both arms up overhead. Find stability here. The wider your legs, the more stable you will feel. Bend at both elbows. Bend at both elbows. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Track your left hip forward, your right hip back. Bend at both elbows. Inhale, reach your arms back up. One more time, bend at both elbows. Like you're at the gym working out. Reach both arms back up. Lower your hands to the floor. Step back if you're feeling really strong. Keep that right leg lifted. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale into your back bend. Lift up. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Either stay on the ball of your back foot or ground it, whatever feels better for your body, and stretch your arms high. Track your left hip back, your right hip forward. Spread your legs wide and then bend at your elbows. Good. As you inhale and reach up, you might even look up if you're feeling steady. If not, look forward. Find a drishti, something really still. You're doing that 2 more times, just bending and then extending. Imaginary weight training. Take your hands back down to the earth, ground them, connect them, maybe hover that left leg as you lower halfway or all the way, baby cobra or upward dog, downward dog or child's pose. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, bend both knees, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Sink your hips low, sit into your imaginary throne. Take your arms up and then come all the way to stand. Your hands come to your heart. Close your eyes. 5 breaths. Can you feel vitality, energy, life force, piercing, running, rummaging through your body? This is the heart energy line. This is the excitement we set our intention with. We'll move into our warrior series now. Bend into both knees. Take your arms up overhead. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate through your spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back to plank pose and hold here. If this is too intense, always you can drop your knees or come onto your forearms. Otherwise, you're in plank, reaching forward and back at the same time. Can you try that big, airy breath, like you're blowing up the balloon in your diaphragm right under your ribs? Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, stick with me. You can do anything for 2 more breaths. And 1, bend your elbows, lower right down to your tummy, come onto the floor. Take your hands, meander your hands behind you. You could use a strap, a sweater, a shirt, anything around you, or maybe you interlace your hands. And start to roll and wrap your shoulder blades back. Bring your big toes to touch. As you loop your shoulders back, lift your heart and chest and lift your toes. One of my yoga teachers, his name's Duncan, he has lots of really great online yoga. Right now, he would say, imagine you're trying to suntan the insides of your thighs. So you're drawing the pinky edge side of your toes down and the inner thighs are lifting up here. Do you feel that excitement in your legs? Excitement. Take 1 more deep breath in and then exhale. Lower your left cheek to the floor. Close your eyes. Wiggle out your bum. And breathe. Come back through center with your head. You could do exactly what we just did, or explore a deepening by bending into both knees. Stretch your hands back to catch your feet, maybe your ankles. Start to glue your bum cheeks together. Engage your quads, that's the front of your thighs, and then inhale, lift up. You might come a centimeter, a millimeter, a few inches. It doesn't matter how far you go, as long as you feel something that's not causing you pain, right? Inhale, lift your heart, and exhale, release. Take the opposite cheek to the floor, breathe here. Good, place your hands on the floor. Push through your hands, push through your knees, lift up and back, downward dog. Reset with an inhale, blow out through your mouth on the exhale. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Good, ground through the sole of your right foot, inhale both arms up. So you're back in warrior one. Very good. Right away, ground your left foot parallel to the back of your yoga mat, open your arms wide, warrior two. Take your left hand down your back thigh, reach your right arm up, look to your right fingers, inhale. And as you exhale, bring your right elbow to your right thigh. Take your left hand to your hip or alongside your ear. Push through both feet. Inhale, straighten both arms and both legs as you come up. Exhale, reach your right fingertips down. Now you're in triangle. Take one breath here. And as you exhale, lower your left hand and then your right hand to the floor. Spring forward onto the sole of your right foot and catch the back of your right shin. This is standing splits. Your hands can always stay on the floor. Take a micro bend in your front knee as you start to turn your left toes to face the floor. And either stay here or fire up through that right leg into warrior three, bringing your hands forward to your heart or alongside your body. Wherever you are, you're breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay with me on 1. Take your right fingers down to the upper right corner of your yoga mat. Rotate your pelvis towards the left long edge of your yoga mat. Either stay there or take your left arm up towards the sky. This is getting spicy. You could stay here or bend your back knee just like you did on your belly. Reach back. Could you grab your foot? Maybe your ankle. Kick your foot away. You're in a bound half moon pose. Big breath in. Exhale. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Or child's pose for 5. Maybe you run through a flow here. 3. Breathe. 2. And 1. Meet in downward dog if you ended up somewhere else. And then take your left foot, step your left foot forward. Inhale, lift up into your high lunge. Turn your back toes parallel to the back edge of your yoga mat. Open your arms wide. Warrior 2. Dip your back fingers down your thigh. Stretch your left arm up. Look up. And right away, bring your left elbow to your left thigh. Your right hand could come to your hip. Or stretch all the way alongside your right ear. Push firmly through your feet. Pull your body all the way back up. You're straightening both arms and legs. And then release down, Trikonasana, driving those triangular shapes across your body. Inhale. As you exhale, rotate your hips and your hands to frame your front foot. Step forward, standing split with your hands on the floor or perhaps on your left leg. You might be a little more wobbly on one side. You could stay here or ground through that left foot, really push down, lift up. You're in warrior 3 or something that hooks and feels like it through your glutes. Breathe here for 5, 4, feel the excitement. 3, 2, Unwind your left fingers will drive to the upper left corner of your yoga mat as your whole pelvis opens wide. And then your hands can stay at your hip or your right hand reaches the sky. You might even look up. Things could get wobbly there. This time, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. Hang forward, dangle over your thighs, bend your knees. Tuck your chin into your chest and nice and slow. Roll all the way up to stand. Keep your eyes closed. Roll your shoulders, roll your head. You might ask yourself what just happened. That is the wonder and beauty of flow. It's just transitioning, moving in and out of shapes. And take that heat, slow it all down with some balance. So step anywhere onto your yoga mat. Go ahead and bend into your right knee. Take tree pose with your right foot plugging into your inner left thigh. Plug that foot into your inner left thigh. If it comes below the knee or to the ankle, that's great too. And then set your hands together at heart center. Could you make this a bit of a back bending tree pose? So squeeze your glutes together. Squeeze your bum cheek together, pull your belly button in, lift through your chest, loop your shoulders back, and look up like you're really proud of something you've just done. Breathe here, eyes open or closed for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Draw that knee back through center. Ground for the foot, shake things out before you launch into the opposite side. So your left leg will bend. Bring that left foot into your right leg, somewhere, anywhere that does not cause you pain. Place your hands together at your heart. Squeeze your bum cheeks together, engage your core. Set your gaze on something still but a little high. So I like to use that space where the ceiling and the wall meet. You might gaze to that place and feel a bit of an opening and an extension through your heart center here. Notice vitality, a sense of life, of circulation, of love, all of these things that we're stimulating by awakening our heart energy line today. Take another big breath in. Exhale, release your foot. Shake out your hips. You could take little figure 8s with your hips like you're a hula dancer. That might be a nice life. Okay, next standing pose. Ground through your left foot. Open your right hand out like you're going to take a tray into your hand. Instead, you'll take your stinky-old foot and grab the inside edge of your foot or your ankle. Extend your left arm up alongside your ear. Good. Take a micro bend into your left knee as you start to lift that back leg up. Welcome to Natarajasana, dancer's pose. Likely the epitome of a sequence that's designed to open through your heart. Make this a back bend. Make this feel like a heart opener, a place that takes you away from feelings of desperation or anxiety and into a place of contentment, peace. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it all. Hula dance it out. Ground through your right foot, bend into your left knee. Take the inside edge of your left foot into that hand. Your right arm reaches high, and it doesn't have to. It could stay at your hip if you're feeling a little off balance. Push that foot away, reach the arm high, and land in a pose that feels opening for you. You can play with muscular contractions, so notice what happens if you engage your core or your glutes. This might help stabilize your spine. You can even draw down through your tailbone, see if that gives your quads more space to kick that foot back. And then linger for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release everything down. Shake everything out. Good. Come to stand at the top of your yoga mat. Inhale, stretch your arms high. Exhale, flush everything out. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into plank pose, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Repetition is the key to Vinyasa. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Reach your arms up here in that warrior lunge. Exhale, open warrior two, same. Inhale, exalted warrior, reach your right arm up and back. Exhale, take your right elbow to your thigh, lift your left arm alongside your ear. Inhale, lift all the way up to stand, straightening your arms and your legs. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, rise back up, bend into your front knee, place both hands onto the floor, lift up your back leg, take your arms back behind you or out in front, warrior three, just one big breath in. Exhale, lower your right hand to the floor, take your left leg up, lift your left arm up. Maybe go for the bind this time, bending your left knee, catching the foot in your hand, big breath in. And then as you exhale, lower your left hand to the floor. Listen carefully, bend your left knee, start to lower your hips. Bend your left knee, start to lower your hips. Take your left foot down onto the floor, and you land in a twisted seat. So both legs are bent, your left foot is on the floor, your right leg is over top. Good. Take your right hand, walk your right hand behind you, inhale both arms up. Or inhale your left arm up. Exhale, rotate to the right. Push your left elbow into your right thigh, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen that rotation. Look back behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, back through center. Curl around, take a full counter twist. Stay with me here. Bring your torso and your gaze forward, and by any amount, walk your right toes to the outer left long edge of your yoga mat. So now your legs might stack. This is shoelace pose, they might not. You might be in the same place you were before, and that is more normal than coming into full shoelace pose for most people's flexibility levels. Wherever you are, you're feeling some sensation through your groin and your outer hips, I hope. You can start to melt forward if that's available to you, or you stay upright. 1 full minute here, just lingering into something a little juicier, a little slower after all that movement. Notice yourself tuning in. Take a big breath. Use the exhale to wash away any lingering distractions. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Lean over towards your left hip. Lean over towards your left hip. Take that right leg and stretch it either into that 90-90 shape. We've done this a few times through this series of classes. So deer pose or 90-90 pose, or extend your right leg all the way back for pigeon pose. Wherever you decide to go, you could stay upright or release down to the floor. And again, just beginning to linger here. Take some time. If you're happy where you are, stay where you are. If you'd like to explore a little more depth in this stretch, you could play with binding. Walk your hands up. Bend into your right knee as you scoop your right hand back behind you and maybe catch your right foot. You can pin your thumb right down into the center of your foot there for a little bit of acupressure. You might stay here or bend into that elbow by any amount. If you can go further in your practice here, I sure can't. Go right ahead, listen to your body, lift your heart. 5 more breaths wherever you are. Good. Release that right leg down to the floor. Let's press your hands into the earth and swim back into a downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here. From down dog, take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale completely out through your mouth. Step your left foot forward, stabilize, inhale, come up into your high lunge. Good. Open into warrior 2. Take exalted warrior, realizing that extension through your side body, and then let it go right away as you come into side angle pose. Press firmly through your feet to lengthen both arms and both legs, then release into Trikonasana, triangle shape. Push through your feet again, come back up. Now cartwheel both hands down into the floor. Right away, lift up your back leg, lift up your hands to your heart alongside your body or even out overhead. You're in warrior 3. If you have your camera on, you basically have a mirror so you can see if you need to lift that back leg a little higher. Internally rotate your toes. Now lower your left fingers to the floor. Your right hand could start on your hip or reach up to the sky. Option A is to stay here. Option B, play with that bind. All these binds are back bends. So you want to engage your core, engage your quads and your glutes. Maybe draw your tailbone down. Flirt with that sensation. Breathe in. Good. Lower your finger down to the floor. Start to bend into that knee. And drop your right leg behind your left leg to arrive in your seated twist shape. And if you got lost along the way, that's okay. Just meet us here with your right leg on the floor and your left leg stepped over. Take your left hand behind you, reach your right arm up for that extension, and then rotate. Your right elbow comes towards your left thigh. Inhale again. Exhale. Look behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more full cycle in. And let it out. And then cruise back through neutral. Take your hands to the opposite side of your yoga mat. Kiss the dirty floor. Pull yourself back up and find your version of shoelace pose. So you're stacking your knees or maybe you're right where you were. The physical intention is sensation along your outer hips. Inhale to stay tall or fold forward. 1 minute here, my friends. Just marinate in that sensation. Lots of good stuff here. Inhale, lift up. Nice and slow, lean over onto your right hip. Take that left leg, stretch it back behind you. Find your 90-90 shape or sleeping pigeon. Breathe here. Either stay as you are, or press your hands into the floor to deepen into this stretch by bending your back knee, your left leg, reach your left hand back, catch your left foot, inhale, lift your heart, exhale, slump your pelvis forward, and see if you can deepen in your bind. So meet the back bend with the quad stretch, knowing that they're all connected here. 5 breaths. Release your leg back behind you. Press your hands into the floor. Find downward dog. You have the option of one grand finale vinyasa here. Absolutely not required. And when you're ready, go ahead and place your knees down on your mat. Sit back on your heels. My friends, if you have a blanket, grab your blanket and bring your knees onto your blanket as we prep for Ustrasana, our peak pose tonight. So every Vinyasa Flow class has a rhythm. We dance in and out of shapes that will open the areas of our body we need for our peak pose. Tonight it's your quads and your spine, spinal extension for camel pose, Ustrasana. This pose puts a lot of pressure on your knees, so I ask you to put a blanket down on your knees, under your knees, and then come to stand on your knees. Engage your thighs. Engage your thighs. And if we were in a public class and we had blocks or bolsters, like little skinny ones, I would get you to put a block or a bolster between your legs. If you have one, you can try that. And I want you to just feel the sensation of squeezing that prop between your legs, like you're trying to hold on to it. And now draw your belly button in, your tailbone tilts down, your quads are fierce, your glutes are fierce. Place your hands to your lower back, fingertips facing down. Loop your shoulders back, lift your heart, lift your chest, squeeze your bone cheeks together, and now push your pubic bone forward. Push your pubic bone forward, keep squeezing your glutes, engage your quads, lift your heart, lift your chest. Even if you can go really deep, stay here. Notice what's happening in your lumbar spine. So that's the lower back. It gets really crunchy, so much so that it's causing pain. Can you re-engage your glutes and your quads? Can you push your pelvic floor forward and draw your tailbone down? And it's almost like you're shearing up and down through that deep front line of your body right in front of both thighs. That's good for that first variation. Come back through center. Drop the tops of your feet onto the floor. Sit down on your heels, palms face down, close your eyes, and just breathe here. Blink open your eyes if they're closed. Come back up. We'll do 3 variations of this in total. So for your second variation, it's that same work. You're squeezing your thighs together like you're holding something between them. You're pulling those frontal hip bones. Imagine you're pulling those frontal hip bones up to send your pubic bone forward. Take your hands to your lower back, or phase 2, this time is to take your hands to the backs of your thighs. Like you're grabbing the backs of your thighs. Not like you're grabbing, you are grabbing. And then keep working on that muscular action. Loop your shoulder blades back. See if you can lift the chest. So imagine I had a little string hooked onto your heart, and I'm literally pulling it up. So your chest is lifting, lifting, lifting. And now try this. Tuck your chin into your chest. Give yourself as many double chins as you can. And then pull your head back, like I've got the back of your ponytail, and I'm pulling your head back. That's one variation for the head. Some people like to drop their head all the way back. I can't do that for the life of me, but you choose. Take one more breath in. Exhale, gracefully release. Place your hands back onto your thighs. Close your eyes. Breathe here. Notice what's happening. We're awakening your spinal column. Last time. Inhale, come back up. So do either of those first 2 variations, or engaging all the same places. Could you walk your hands back? And I like to take one hand and then take the other hand. Walk your hands back to catch your heels. Pull your belly button up, push your pubic bone forward, lift your heart, lift your chest. Give yourself 1,000 chins as you look forward. Or drop your head all the way back. Ustrasana. 5 breaths. Slowly, my friends, walk your hands to your lower back. Relax the tops of your feet onto the floor. Sink your bum onto your heels. Place your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. 5 breaths. Take your blanket out to either side and come down onto your back. Squeeze your knees into your chest and start to really massage your lower back by rocking and rolling from side to side. You can make those figure 8 shapes, again, here from a different relationship to gravity. You're just drawing the number 8 with your back body. If it feels okay, could you draw your chin up? Or wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself the most wonderful little hug. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower your head back down. Lower both legs over towards the right. This should feel spectacular. This might feel spectacular. Nothing is a should with different bodies. Come into a reclining spinal twist. Your knees go to the right. Your gaze moves left. 5 breaths. Inhale, slide your knees back through center and take them over to the other side. Open your arms wide. Big spinal twist. 5 breaths. And come back through center again. You have 1 minute here of freedom, free time. Maybe you take happy baby if you're working on any bigger back bends, like full wheel, your body is nicely warmed up. If you've had too many back bends and you need a forward fold, take a minute to go into a forward fold of your choice. Just do what feels good here. Gradually transition your body down into final Shavasana. It might serve you to place a prop under your thighs tonight. When you get to Shavasana, turn your palms to face up or down. Close your eyes. And simply bask in the excitement this kind of practice brings to your body and your mind. While you linger in Shavasana tonight, I'll read you one of my favorite poems that I often read during in-person classes for Shavasana. It goes like this. If it doesn't interest me what you do for a living, I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare dreaming to meet your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have become opened by life's betrayals, or if you have become shriveled and closed for fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it or fix it or fade it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, or to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul, if you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it is not pretty every day, and if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the sliver of the full moon, yes. It doesn't interest me where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after a night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed your children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. And finally, I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and truly like the company that you keep in these empty moments. Think about what excites you. What makes you feel love and connection and warmth and joy? What makes you feel alive? And make a commitment to that. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Gather movements in your fingers and then your toes. Inhale, sweep both arms up overhead. Exhale, relax. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Hold them there. Give yourself a great big cuddle. Then roll onto either side of your body. And find your way back up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take a moment to thank yourself for your commitment, your attention, your focus over these past few weeks. And stay committed to your practice, to your body and your mind.